What's up, everyone? It's Josh here from KeepItTechie, where I help you learn Linux and break into the tech field one command at a time. Now, real quick, before we get into it, if you enjoy Linux content that's practical, honest, and actually explains why things matter, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really helps the channel and it tells YouTube this kind of content is worth pushing. Also, hype the video if you can. All right, lately, I keep seeing this idea everywhere. Everyone is switching to Linux. Windows users are done. Also, Linux desktop takeover is finally here. And on the surface, yeah, it feels kind of true. But today, I want to slow that conversation down a bit because I don't think people are switching to Linux as much as they're switching away from Windows. And those two things are very different. Now, this video isn't about dunking on Windows, which you guys know I like to do, and it's not about hype, and it's definitely not about pretending Linux is perfect. But this is about why people are frustrated, what Linux actually offers in response to that frustration, and what happens when people mace without understanding why they're doing it. So let's talk about it, honestly. Now, for most people, Windows isn't just an operating system. It's something they endure. You didn't really choose it. It kind of came with the computer you purchased at the store. And over time, it changed, often without asking you. I mean, we've seen mandatory online accounts, aggressive cloud integration, features being re-enabled after updates and reboots, ads baked into the OS, AI features showing up whether you ask for them or not. And here's the important part. Most users didn't wake up one day thinking, I want to learn Linux. They wake up thinking, why does my computer feel less like it's mine every year? That frustration builds quietly. You don't notice it all at once. It shows up in little moments. Something breaking after an update, settings being reset, files syncing somewhere you didn't expect, features you never asked for eating up resources. And eventually, people start looking around. Not because Linux is trendy, but because they want control back. Here's the question I want you to sit with. Are people choosing Linux or are they escaping Windows? Because when you switch operating systems out of frustration instead of understanding, one of two things will happen. Either Linux feels empowering or it feels overwhelming. And which one you experience depends on expectations. Because Linux isn't magic. It doesn't exist to punish big tech. It doesn't automatically make you more private or secure. Linux just gives you agency, but only if you're willing to participate. And that's the real shift happening right now. People aren't rejecting Windows because it's buggy. They're rejecting it because they no longer feel respected as users. Linux doesn't treat you like a product, but it also doesn't hold your hand the same way. And that trade-off matters. Let's make this concrete. When people say Linux, they usually mean one of three experiences. A beginner-friendly desktop like Linux Mint or Ubuntu, a gaming-focused setup with Steam and Proton, or a developer or power user workflow. Let's talk about the desktop experience because that's where most Windows switchers land. So check this out. Notice what's missing. There's no forced sign-in, no ads in the file manager, no system tray icons begging you to upgrade something. But also notice what's different. You don't install software the same way. Updates aren't tied to reboot cycles. And yes, the terminal exists. And I know that scares people at first, but here's the truth. You don't need the terminal for daily use. You need it when you want understanding, not convenience. Linux doesn't hide how things work, and that's either empowering or uncomfortable. Now, let me show you what a realistic first day on Linux would look like. Now, instead of downloading random installers or EXEs, you just open up your software center, and then you can go up here and hit search, find whatever application you're looking for, then click install, and done. And if you're curious, let's go on and show you how to install something from the terminal. All you have to do is type sudo apt install, and let's say you want to install Firefox. So Firefox. And that command doesn't just install Firefox. It teaches you that software comes from trusted sources, dependencies are handled for you, and your system stays consistent. That's not hoarder, that's intentional. Also on Linux, updates aren't a mystery. You can see what's changing, you can delay them, You can apply them when you decide to. And so there's no surprise restarts, no working on update screen like you see all the time on Windows. And then also when you're talking about files and ownership, your files, they don't silently sync somewhere else to the cloud or whatever. They don't disappear because a cloud service changed states. You decide where things live. That alone is why a lot of people stay. Now let's address the uncomfortable part. Linux is not for everyone yet. There's still some hardware issues, some professional software isn't available, some workflows require adjustment. And if you expect Linux to behave exactly like Windows, you're going to be disappointed. Linux doesn't exist to replicate Windows. It exists to offer an alternative philosophy. And another misconception, Linux is more secure by default. I did a video on this a couple months ago. This is not automatic. Security comes from updates, good habits, understanding your system. Linux gives you the tools. It doesn't make choices for you. And that's the whole point. Now, if you're thinking about switching, here's my advice. I recommend you start with something like Linux Mint, Ubuntu, MX Linux, or Fedora Workstation. Stick with defaults at first. Don't distro hop around. Learn one system very well. Use Linux alongside Windows if you need to. You can also dual boot. Use a spare or old machine, or you can run it within a virtual machine. Because this isn't about loyalty, it's about literacy. And here's the bigger picture. Linux isn't winning because it's flashy, it's winning because it respects users who want to learn. And the more people learn, the harder it is to go back to systems that treat them like passengers instead of the driver of the operating system. So, is everyone switching to Linux? Not exactly. A lot of people are waking up. They're realizing their computer doesn't have to argue with them. They're realizing convenience shouldn't come at the cost of control. They're realizing they can own their tools again. Linux isn't perfect, but it's honest. And in a world full of systems trying to decide things for you, that honesty matters. If you're curious, explore it. If you're frustrated, question why. And if you're already on Linux, help someone else make sense of it. That's how this grows. Now, if you can, go down and drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what pushed you towards Linux or what's holding you back from making that switch. And like I always say, keep learning, keep exploring. And as always, keep it techie. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you're coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.